Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic, Mandarin, Japanese, and Indonesian. Voice of Indonesia is broadcast via shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz, and via streaming on voinews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you: Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice listener, you're still here with me, Ray, in Indonesia today. And right now, we are in the segment of VI Talk. And of course, right now, we are talking with someone who's not super far away, but far away from Indonesia, with lots and lots of stories to tell us. We have right now a special guest, Abdul Muhari, PhD, head of the Data Center, Information and Disaster Communication of BNPB, with lots of things that we're going to talk about, especially story from Myanmar. And right now we have here, Abdul, how are you today?
Hello, Wes. Thank you. I'm fine.
How's the weather in Myanmar right now?
Oh, we already going back to Jakarta, and currently I'm on duty in West Sumatra.
Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin this special interview. But for the first question, I would like to ask, the Indonesian search and rescue team has returned home after a 12 days humanitarian mission in Myanmar. And what would you like to say regarding this?
Yeah, 2 days ago, we already welcomed the whole team of the INASAR after almost 2 weeks of work at the Napitau, one of the most destructive area with a severe impact in Myanmar. Basically, the INASAR team already complete their job after the Myanmar representative stopped the emergency response phase after 2 days after the earthquake. So basically, the search and rescue work at the field already stopped since April 7th. And after that, the INASAR team continued their work to support the EMT, Emergency Medical Response Team, that deployed by the BNPB and also Ministry of Health, which is currently still ongoing to work in support the people in the affected area. And particularly, I would like to highlight this effort that the field hospital of the Indonesian medical team is visited at least 100 to 200 people every day. So this is quite amazing work for us, and very appreciated by the Myanmar representative so far.
Oh, okay. Not just for helping, but I would like to ask, what were the main tasks carried out by the team of search and rescue in Myanmar, and what was the extent of the damage there?
So first, I would like to inform you that we have deployed 2 teams. First, the INASAR, the search and rescue team that worked in the first week after the earthquake. And the second team is the emergency medical team that still going to support the people in the affected area until probably until April 21st. So the search and rescue team work at the Napitau area, one of the severe impact area in Myanmar, and the team complete the task in finding the dead bodies in the affected area, and we complete the team at the uh, probably 2 or 3 specific area that the Myanmar representative assign us to do the search and rescue operation there, and uh, basically the area that we do the search and rescue operation is the like residential of the civil servant at Napitau. You know, Napitau is the new capital after the move from Yangon. And the area we do the operation is the residential of the civil servant at the Napitau. The extensive damage there quite severe, and basically almost 80% of the building were severe damage. But in Napitau, still not so many residentials because it's still new city like IKN in Indonesia. But the Myanmar representative really appreciate that we already complete the job just 7 days after the earthquake.
Okay, and the team is reportedly succeeded in evacuating victims from the rubbles. And what steps were taken to ensure the success of the evacuation? Does it conclude including combining strength with other teams or any plans from Indonesia alone?
So in each specific area, is the team deployed in specific area is from the specific country. So we are not mixed with the other countries' search and rescue team. So Indonesia complete the evacuating the affected people on our own area of duty from the Myanmar representative. And after that, we report that the whole building are clean. No more victim that is probably still trapped in the rubbles. So we complete making report, and we hand over back the area to the Myanmar representative, and we after that we continue the search and rescue team continue support for the emergency medical team that is still ongoing until now.
Okay. Speaking of the emergency medical team, who is still on the ground until April 23rd, 2025. What is the current condition of the injured victims of the earthquake there, if you don't mind sharing it? And what kind of medical assistance is most urgently needed for the people in Myanmar right now?
So we have 2 field tents, field hospital there, very how to say field situation. Not really a hospital actually, but we still can do a basic surgery, bone surgery there. So after the earthquake, most of the affected people, mostly if they have a very severe injured, it should be related with the bone because they affected from the building and etc. So we still conducted the basic bone surgery there, at least 2 or 3 surgery every day. And after the earthquake, people live at the evacuation area, live at the tent. And 1 week, 2 week, they start getting some sort of, climate-related disease like how to say, headache or stomach problem related with the quality of the hygiene and etc. So that's the everyday patient. Most of the patient that visiting our emergency hospital in the Napitau. So as I mentioned before, at least 100 to 200 patients every day. So at least we already take care up to 3 to 4,000 people since the 5th day they arrive at the Napitau area. So that's a very significant effort from the Indonesian government to Myanmar representative.
Ah, I see. And it's really amazing as well. So, for the Indonesia, who is one of the countries that really help Myanmar in the current condition right now, and that sent humanitarian team to Myanmar after the earthquake, how is the Indonesian fostering preparedness so that its team are always ready when needed?
Yeah, this is not the first time we did that. In the last 2 years, we already sent 14 time to the countries that are affected by the natural disasters. We still remember that 2 years ago, we sent a very big SAR search and rescue team to Turkey after the very big earthquake in Turkey and Syria. And after that, also sent a team to Vanuatu and Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and etc. So particularly for Myanmar, in the last year, we already sent 2 times. So last year, we also sent humanitarian mission to Myanmar after they are affected by the cyclone Mocha. So also severe impact after the very big cyclone hit the Rohingya area. So that's also one of the particular political issue that to reach the impacted area. Sometimes we face different social problem related with the official representative for the Myanmar. But anyway, we still successfully send the humanitarian logistics. We successfully deploy the emergency medical team and also the search and rescue team. And thanks God, the work is very appreciated by the representative for the Myanmar.
I see. So that you can proudly say that Indonesia and Myanmar currently have a strong relationship between the two countries.
Yeah.
Okay, so reflecting on the earthquake disasters in Myanmar, what is your message for the people of Indonesia regarding the earthquake preparedness, since Indonesia is one of the countries that actually have lots of earthquakes happening throughout the year?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So, as we know, as a very basic principle of the earthquake, that it's not the earthquake who kill people, but the building that is not resistant to the earthquake that will kill people. So, that's also what we see in the common developing country that affected by the earthquake, that damaged building will cause many casualties. So, in discussing the possible mitigation of the earthquake, we should look backward, not forward. What I mean is, if we are reconstructing the building after the earthquake, of course, we will build the earthquake-resistant building. But one, we have keep in mind that Indonesia population is probably
Is growing rapidly.
going rapidly, and at least we have 270 million people, say 50 million household, which is also 50 million housing. Where I can say that probably not even 1% of this 50,000 building that are resistant to the earthquake. So BNPB currently thinking in a deep discussion how to retrofit this 50 million houses that are already being built. So how can we strengthen in the building? That's the main key to put the mitigation effort in the future. So still, we are in the discussion how to fund, how to make things available for the household in Indonesia to strengthen their own building, but not really very high cost, but also scientifically could be really resist in the future earthquake.
Okay, but not just like preparing for the preparedness of the building. Is there like a plan to spread awareness and also teaching the residents on how to deal with earthquake effectively from the BNPB?
Yeah. Currently, we start from the bottom because discussing about the campaign for the socialization and raising awareness, it is not one hit program, of course. It should be sustainable and should be um, course to the next generation because we are when we discuss about the earthquake, the written period is not 1 or 2 years, but probably 50 to 100 years. So the message should be passing through generations, so they still can remember what happened in the past in order to prepare the mitigation for the future.
Okay, that's a really interesting take. And finally, I have two questions that maybe can count as one. So, how many volunteers of members does Indonesia currently have in its humanitarian team? And are they all ready to be deployed if needed? And also, how long does it take for these volunteers to be considered ready before the deployment of humanitarian mission?
So for the search and rescue team, we have a ready team 24 per 7, and it's probably not less than 500 personnel. And for the emergency medical team, the Ministry of Health has already developed the supporting team in all over Indonesia. They're probably not less than 5,000 personnel. And the BNPB itself, we have at least 10,000 registered volunteer in all over Indonesia. And how much time do we need to prepare them to deploy them in all over the world, global wide? In example, we don't need even 3 days to make them prepared. So just we need the direct instruction from the president in order to deploy our resources out of Indonesia. Once it established, one it issued, then the personnel and also the logistic could be sent, could be deployed global wide.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Muhari, for your time for this interview about the story from Myanmar and also the safety of the world and also the rescue team BNPB from Indonesia. And I'll always hope the safety for the teams that are going through the missions. And thank you so much, for a listener, for accompanying me in this special interview about the story from Myanmar with Abdul Muhari, PhD, the head of Data Center Information and Disaster Communication of BNPB. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in another special interview.